What are some of the key benefits from taking this that we should expect to see?
Yeah, so let's say that someone was a vegan and they had a diet that was devoid of meat, and now they're going to start supplementing with beta-alanine, and they're going to start supplementing with creatine, which are typically found in red meat. What they're going to find is that they can build strength and stamina faster. Beta-alanine, because it's a precursor to carnosine and AHKCU, they may notice that this helps to support cognition. They get better brain function. It supports the health of their heart. And also, and that's what's interesting about creatine, we typically think of it for muscle building. However, creatine is now being shown that it actually does have benefits for the heart, and it actually improves memory and focus. So it's also good for the brain. So just those two ingredients, beta-alanine and creatine, people will notice improvements also in strength, stamina, the ability to build muscle, improved cardiovascular health, and improved cognition.
That's incredible.
Yeah, just those two ingredients.
Incredible. So as you look at the portfolio of LifeWave products, the patches, the soon to be introduced water machine, can you talk about kind of what is a regimen? You know, what should someone's daily ritual look like with all of these products, and how can they incorporate them into their lives?
Yeah, so what we noticed with the studies that we were doing on the water machine is that first we were asking people to have the water on an empty stomach so we could get the best absorption into the body. And then we started to experiment with adding different things into the water and then testing that. And we have a study coming up where we're going to be adding this supplement into the water and then measuring the benefits as opposed to just the water by itself. But I showed the metabolism data that we did on the amino acids, and it was very obvious that a pattern started to form. So you drink this water, and energy metabolism in the body starts to be upregulated. So that is a sure sign that we have an indication metabolism is going in the right way for longevity effects. And of course, we want to continue to establish that. There's also a mediator in the mitochondria in both the electron transport chain and in the Krebs cycle, and that has to do with glutathione and nitric oxide. So our ability to defeat aging is going to be very much determined by this positive and negative feedback loop. So one of the things, and there's some other mediators as well, one is going to be methylation pathways, as it's turning out, are extraordinarily important to longevity. And this makes sense because if you want to reset the genes to a younger state, you have to do that through the process of methylation. I know you know all of this already.
Of course, yes, of course.
So I'm not telling you anything.
But it's for them. It's for them.
Yes, I realize that. I'm getting ahead of myself. So in any case, yeah, the methylation pathways are really important. So, but if we go back to this idea, that what we want to do is elevate both glutathione and both nitric oxide. They're in a loop linked to the way the cell generates energy, and then ultimately how our genes are going to express as being in an older or younger state. So what we did with that then is we included N-acetylcysteine, since if people are lacking dairy products in their diet, they could potentially have a deficiency of cysteine, and N-acetylcysteine has been on the market for 57, 58 years, or actually more now. So it's established as safe. So N-acetylcysteine, of course, is going to support our body's levels of glutathione, master antioxidant. So if people, again, were vegan, vegetarian, and they've been using the patches, they supplement with this, now they get their N-acetylcysteine along with some of the other cofactors, and the results with the glutathione patch and X39 improve. The other thing we did was we included citrulline. So citrulline is a better way to elevate nitric oxide as compared to arginine. Arginine's okay, especially depending on what form. But with citrulline, it will go through the gut and it doesn't get degraded like arginine will. And citrulline, therefore, will convert to arginine in the body and is a preferred way to support nitric oxide levels. So by doing this, by having just those two ingredients, citrulline and N-acetylcysteine, we support the body's antioxidant system, we support nitric oxide, we support energy levels. So people using the patches and this will see very stable energy levels throughout the body. One last thing, we did a test in our office. It was purely anecdotal, but we gave people the supplement that weren't wearing patches, and we had them try this, and they got sustained energy for about 3-5 hours after using this. But importantly, they started feeling a boost of energy and a boost in mental clarity within minutes of taking this. So you take this and add it to the water and you give it to people that are interested in LifeWave, they'll get an effect immediately. That's kind of the bottom line.
That's incredible. I know we're out of time, David. One last quick question. You've analyzed a lot of products, a lot of formulas over the years. So as you look at this and these incredible new products, amazing ingredients, what makes this really stand out and stand above everything else that's out there on the market?
I think this was, the way that this was thought through is that it is in alignment with all of our patch products. It's synergistic with every one of the patch products. So you don't have to think about which individual nutrients do I have to take. You take this one thing, and whatever patches you're using during the day, there's a nutrient in there that's going to support it. The other thing, of course, is that it's going to support the health and the vitality of the stem cells in the body. And then because we made the formula as a powder, now we have the water as a delivery system for the nutritional supplement that improves the delivery. So it all comes together.
David, thank you for developing this and for helping to keep LifeWave on the cutting edge. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.